well-deserved glass of champagne in your hands. Talk about the game tonight, first of all. It was, I suppose, a bit of a strange game in some ways. Everybody was waiting for the after game, but you still had a job to do.
Yeah, we did, and they got a bit of a rocket at half-time, to be fair, because they almost wanted it more than we did. And I said to the players in there, it's the same team almost that played last week. They've had a week's rest. They've played 2 games since we played them. So so it was important that we showed a bit more desire second half, and when we did that, like I said, we got the job done more than comfortably in the end. And like I said, credit to them players that have played tonight, because like I said, they've had a week off, and they've had to watch a lot going on, and the game on Saturday and then the game on Monday, they've had to be in the stands, a lot of them, and watch it and be part of it from. Not from the outside, that's wrong, because we've kept everybody included as often as we can, but sometimes it's difficult as a player when you're not in the starting 11 every week. But second half I thought they were exceptional, and they were really professional and got the job done, and it's another final, so we're over the moon.
2 goals in 2 or 3 minutes effectively killed it, didn't it, really?
Yeah, it's been nice the last couple of weeks. We've managed to get goals in little patches like that, where we get a couple of goals quite quickly. We did it at Corn the other week, did it at Calcer in the second half on the other week as well, and obviously Barden and then Hina, we did the same thing, and which is nice. It makes a change, because we've had a lot of games recently where we've gone 1 up and then sort of sat back, and that team's back in the game and they've scored a goal, and then we've made it hard work for ourselves, and and they've had a chance in the second half just before we scored the second goal, when the lads popped it over or hit the post, I think, at the end there. But yeah, so it was good to get the first one to settle everybody down, knowing that gave us an extra goal advantage, and then obviously to get the second and third one, it was were they going to score 4 goals? We haven't conceded 4 all season against anybody apart from Calcer, the one game, Coleshill, sorry. So so it was just nice to see it, and the clean sheet was great as well. Harvey come back in and kept a clean sheet, so everyone's put another good shift in, especially second half.
Shows the tremendous depth in your squad. I think 11 changes the other night, and you still fielded a very competitive side out there.
Yeah, we're very fortunate on that front. But I think it was made clear, certainly with the weather and the way the games were transpiring as they were going along, and sort of with the winds we were piling up, and obviously doing so well in all the cup competitions, there was going to come a time when obviously if we only had 18, 19 players, touch wood, we've been very fortunate with our injuries. We've managed to keep everybody fit and healthy for the most part, and so we're very lucky in that respect, that we've got again, that if that team played together every week, you'd like to think they'd be challenging. They could challenge as well in the league. So like I said, we're really privileged in what we've got, and like I said, the depth of the squad has been fantastic, and even those that have come in recently, James Pillin, Jamie Laird, Ross Daly, they've all come in at the back end of the season, but they've taken to it brilliantly, and they all performed well again tonight.
It could prove to be, of course, Mustafa Bundu's final home league game anyway, certainly here, because of the regulations, which mean he's unlikely to be able to play for you next season. A nice way to send him off with a goal, really.
Yeah, we still got 1, 2, 3. We still got 4 really big games. We got a big game Saturday, and then we got the game here on Monday. So we're not. It's not a home game class as a home game, but we're here. And then we've got a really big game at the end of the month. So he's having a little bit of a dip of form at the moment. And I feel sorry for him, because there's so much expectation on him, and so much is expecting of him at times. But that's his own fault, because he's been so good that these standards he's set have been really high. But he's just come off the boil a little bit, and again, we've been fortunate, because when he's come off the boil, when Pagey got injured, he came in, and then when he's come off the boil, Sid's come in. So we've been really lucky with how we've managed the players, if you like. But yeah, he's been brilliant, Moose, this year. He's been fantastic. He's a great character. He's great to have around, and he's scored a lot of important goals and helped set up a lot of important goals. So we will miss him next year when he's not here. And I just hope that wherever he goes, he'll be as happy as he has been here.
Still a lot of football to be played, of course, but you're standing there with that glass of champagne in your hand at the moment, and job well done in terms of the league. You've got to go to Chap Shed, yes, but you've rounded it off nicely this season. You're delighted.
I said a few weeks ago, and I said it a few weeks before that where we were with everything, with the semi-finals and the Vars final and being top of the league, that for me, we were overachieving as a club. And that's not sort of trying to take the pressure off. That's just saying that when you start afresh, it's always difficult, and there's been lots of clubs that have done it recently, and where they've started again and they've been fairly successful to a level, but I don't think they have the support, the fan base that we have, and I don't think they have the expectation that we have. And I know that I want to play in a certain style, in a certain manner, and I know the Hereford fans, it's something they've been brought up with, so that's a match made in heaven to start with, the fact that we both want to play and see football played the same way. But to win it now after such a long season and with so much pressure on the players and with such a huge following and such a high expectancy level for me it's a bigger achievement than anything. If anybody else wins the league, it's a huge achievement, but for us to win it, I think it's even bigger, which is credit to them players in there, because like I said, because when you come and play in front of 2,500 every week, and then players are not used to that, a lot of them, and then when you go away from home and your crowd turns out to be almost double or treble the home crowd, that's a huge expectancy on them players, a huge of pressure on them players, but they've acquitted themselves brilliantly, and I think if you get amongst them as a group and you go in the change room and you see them as a group and you see them on the bus, and they've become such a tight, strong bond between all of them, and that's got us through a lot of games recently, because like I said, we've had, when other teams have had games called off, like Old Church called their one off after we played them on the Thursday, we carried on and played on the Saturday, and we had 5 games in 10 days and we won them all. So like I said, that shows how strong the bond and the character is in that changing room, and I can't be prouder of them. I think they've been phenomenal this year. We've also got a few, Tony James, Sol Wheatley, Ben Miller, Dean Lee, Will Haynes, that have all played parts in this season. They haven't been forgotten because they played a part in the season. I think, as I mentioned, Ben Miller, they've all played a part in this season for us, and they've been big players for us as well in certain times. So it's been a huge team effort. I've got to say thank you to my staff, because my staff have been brilliant. There's only 5 of us, including Reece. And Reece can't get to all the games, so most of the times it's just the 4 of us. But they've been fantastic as well. They've bought into the fact that we want to be as professional as we can, and we've won it with class, and they've been a class act right through from the beginning of the season to now, and like I said, I just hope it continues with this staff and we can move forward again.
Enjoy the champagne. Thanks very much for your time.
Cheers.